Hey guys, I just went through, finished going through a bunch of the Theorycrafts. Unfortunately, I said this in the Discord and on the previous YouTube video. We got so many inquiries that I wasn't able to get to all of them. I got to enough decks that I liked. Anyone who submitted on Wednesday guaranteed got evaluated, but some of you guys, so I apologize. I think next time I'll have to put a absolute one deck limit because we just got so many people inquiring. I know last time I did this, we only got 44, and this time we got hundreds. But yeah, thanks for all your deck lists and some really cool stuff. Some stuff that I've already got to use in the Theorycraft stream on Thursday. So I'm going to go over the decks. I will put the time in below, but probably tomorrow, Sunday, so maybe today in the evening, I will be doing, if you're there live, you can vote. You have to be live because I'm just going to be but I'll have a form there, and you'll vote on which deck you like the best. And you can actually vote, we'll be able to vote on more than one deck. So if you like multiple decks, and then the top two decks will get the Fractured in the Valley deck, Mega Bundle, and then the other one, there'll also be a raffle just of anyone who entered. So as long as you entered, you'll be able to enter, and then if you had the deck, so make sure to be there for that if you want to make it. So anyways, let's go ahead and get started. So first we've got this, this is kind of what inspired the token deck that I did on stream, but this was by Caesar, and I used it in the stream. I did do a lot of changes to it, but it's kind of the Deathrattle hybrid style that you guys saw on stream. A lot of the really good ideas, like just and then I kind of took some other ideas from other people, like Funky Monkey had played against me, and he used the Field of Strife, and I was like, wow, that's good. So this idea, his manifestation looks different than mine because I changed a bunch of things. I especially don't like the Darkspear Berserkers, but that being said, I still think this is just a really good archetype, and I wanted to nominate it. So yeah. Next, we got this Warlock, a Humongous Owl by Apthershock. There are a lot of different people who submitted this, so Apthershock was one of the first ones. But what I did like about his build specifically over others, and I'm not sure if this will exactly work, but he runs 4 minions and he runs Dark Portal, so he can use that to tutor out his Humongous Owl if he draws too many minions. But at the end of the day, he also has to tradable some of these Wicked Shipments. But I like that idea. He runs 1 Soul Rend, and he can kind of get away with the 1 Soul Rend because he's got the 2 of Humongous Owl. But yeah, he's just got a lot of control tools, and he looks to make a wide board, get the Humongous Owl down, and then make it an OTK board. So just a cool concept overall. I think we saw that in Theorycraft stream, but it was still one of my favorites. So next, this is another one that I featured in Theorycraft stream. This is by Sabertooth, and it's the Tempo Mage. And I got to play this deck. I think it's great. And his build's actually better than the one I did on stream because it doesn't have a lot of the fat that I had to put in to get up to the 10 card limits. There's 6 cards that are absolutely insane that you want in this archetype. You can see the Shivering Sorceress, the Amplified Sorceress, and the Siphon Mana. I'm not even sure you want the 2 Rune of the Archmage. I'm not completely convinced the build is optimal with that, but it could be. So bottom line is, I think the build's going to get figured out. There's a lot of things to try. Somebody in the video on this commented that if you have the Amplified Snow Fury, we think that if you play the 4 mana 3/5 that pings everybody, it might freeze them, but we're not exactly sure. That's something to test out. But bottom line is, I really think they just got all these really nice minion tempo tools. And a lot of times what these decks struggle with is they don't have, if you're only 1 turn 1 drop as lab partner, but you also need your lab partner for cram session, you can kind of get awkward. But I think with a lot more good tempo tools, the deck, and also the Siphon Mana, which is just an insanely good card, I think this archetype is going to be looking a lot stronger. I hope it's not just everybody goes back to some no minion mage, because I'm sick of no minion mage. I don't know about you guys. I want minions. I'm a big fan. So But yeah, I already know this deck is good. I'm a big fan of this. Next, this is by Dead 321, I believe. Yes, and I wasn't sure, like I didn't understand this at first, and now if I'm reading this right, this deck is fantastic. It's stealth aggro, and this deck is so likely to be good. This was a really clever. But he only runs 2 Deathrattles, Ilian and Korak. So ideally, I think the way it works is when you play sketchy information, it draws a Deathrattle card, so you could draw your Korak, and then it would trigger its Deathrattle. He wasn't honorably killed, so you get a free Korak. So it's a 3-mana tutor out. Busted. Absolutely busted. Like, so freaking good. And then you have all the stealth minions, and you have Spymaster Shadow Capture Scavs is like a finisher where your opponent actually swings back board. God forbid, you go Scavs, you play 2 4/2s, and you wreck them. Like it's just insane. This list looks great. I really like it. They have the new Forsaken Lieutenant, so you can play this and then play like, for example, an Infiltrated Lilian or Korak and get extra. So you could easily get like 3 Koraks, maybe more. So it's got lots of pressure. It's got death rattles that are really strong. Busted deck. I think this is going to be insane. Great deck by Dead1321. I'm very impressed of just like finding that synergy, and the whole list looks really well put together. A nice low curve. You've got the draw. You've got the normal passages. You got the Blackwater Cutlass to cycle. You've got the sketchy information, which kind of like is a draw card, and you got the swindle. So overall, it just looks really good. Still not sure about everything. Like, do you run preps? Do you do this? But overall, I think this archetype is going to dominate. So next, we got a Quest Secret Hunter. This is by my friend The Last Champ. And what's interesting about this, and this kind of reminds me of the old Barnes Spell Hunter back in the day, because we don't need minions anymore, because we have so many spells, you can run Maximum Blast Timer and Darkmoon Tank. This is kind of similar to the Druid archetype where you run the Blade Masters and the 4-drop, which is another way you actually could theoretically do this kind of thing, of only run that, though I'm not sure how if Blade Masters are as useful in this deck as they are in Druid, but basically because we only run these spells, these minions, we can run Maxima and then launch into your opponent's face, and then do it's like a 6-mana deal 16. So and then it's a really cool concept, and then it just a lot of secrets. The secrets what's nice about Dunbar Package is you can use them to when you have 1 mana, if you even get them after you complete your quest, you can use it to trigger, and it runs Petting Zoo. So I think the biggest thing I do worry about this is it doesn't have. I think it's missing things like Piercing Shot. It does have Spring the Trap now, but it might be a lot harder to pull off the quest. Let's see. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, it's the biggest weakness of the quest, but I just really like the concept of just not, because you don't run minions, doing stuff like this Maximum Blast Timer. I think these are sometimes those kind of additions to a deck can be the icing on the cake that takes a deck from like a tier 2 to a top tier deck. We've seen it before. So yeah. Next, we've got, and I got multiple archetypes, sort of multiple requests, and this was the one that I saw that I thought, this one's by Tommy Wizu, that was the most, looks the most consistent, but I think multiple people in my thing recognize that if you get a Dreadmount down, you can always discount it and pull out a 5-drop. So you run Dreadmount, and then when your thing dies, well then you can, you always have a target, and you can go to Sacrificial Summoner on the Dreadmount and pull out, in this case, the Burning Blade Acolyte. There's another list, and the other list I felt just wasn't quite clean enough overall, so that's why this one made the cut. Sorry, but this one had, that one had a Ogre Magi. This one has a Burning Blade Acolyte. I'm not sure which is better. Ogre Magi is more kind of result tech, Burning Blanket Acolyte is good, but I think also what's cool about Burning Acolyte is it has kind of a natural synergy. But the one thing I don't like about this list is I feel like it should be running that new 3-mana spell that summons the 4/4, especially with this. But it's really hard to figure out, everything you want on the list. Do you cut the 2-drops? Do you cut the self-damaging package? This one doesn't run the 5-mana buff of your demons. The other one did. But yeah, I think I like this overall. And I think the concept is cool of just using the Dread amount to pull out stuff. 5-drops consistently. And I believe that is it. Yes, let me just make sure. We had the Zoo, we had the Aggro, we had the Token, we had the Tempo Mage. Yeah, so those are the deck ideas. So end of the day, it's up to you guys to decide which deck ideas you like best, which decks you thought were the most built, which decks you're like, damn, I want to try that. You could vote for whatever you want. You don't have to have the deck that's think you will most likely have the high win rate. It could be for meme potential. It's really on your preference. So we're going to be doing the votes tomorrow, Sunday. During my stream. So once I have the stream going, I'll try to post on this YouTube as well as my Discord as well as on the stream what time we're going to be doing that. We'll take the votes and then the winners will win the Mega Bundle. So congrats if you were nominated, and thank you so much. And remember, if you didn't get nominated, you still have a chance to win. So make sure to be there. Yeah. Anyways, I hope to see you guys soon. All right. Bye.